You just can't beat that for an int there. Idea why that happened.
I don't know. It must be that Queen of the Night screaming her aria.
That could be. I was just telling folks, though, while you were calling back, that you got off to a romantic weekend, just as my wife and I did.
Yes, indeed. Happy Valentine's Day, Illinois.
How about that? Thank you. Yeah. And the same to you out there in California.
Oh, thanks. Yes, indeed. I hope everybody's going to have a nice, love-filled day.
Hear, hear.
Yeah, and I think a great way to get the Valentine's Day spirit started is if you are in a relationship, here's what I've found. You want to start, because, frankly, all of us can get caught up in that the grass might be greener elsewhere. It's so easy to see what's wrong with your partner. Here's a great day to make a list, check it twice, and start focusing on the opposite. What's right about your partner? What made you choose this person? Some people might be thinking, what was I thinking? Well, that would be a great Valentine's gift to give yourself. Maybe you're not in the right relationship. That's not the end of the world, but smart people take note of that and just start going, what can I learn from this? Instead of, oh, my God, I've done it again. I'm such a loser. I keep doing this. It's okay. Some of us have to have a pattern before we can wake up and make a more correct or more appropriate choice. So take this day to focus on, is your relationship really fulfilling for you? And if you are single, if you're not in a relationship, here's a great time to just sort of review, okay, who did I date over the past year? What were my experiences like? Am I really doing a good job at breaking my old unhealthy patterns and being better about choosing more appropriate new partners? And get really clear about the vision of the kind of mate you'd like to attract.
Let me ask you, if one is taking stock of inventory, who did I date this last year? Why did that go wrong? Mm-hmm. Is it a good idea to have a trusted friend be a sounding board, offer you input?
Well, yes and no.
Okay, that's what I was...
Of course, nothing's so easy. It's great to have a supportive system, but here's what happens when you start dispersing the energy, if you will, to your friends. You allow them to lead you into their choices, their perception of who you were dating. And you know what? They weren't the one dating that person or sleeping with them, so they can't possibly be standing in your shoes and seeing what's appropriate for you. While it's great to have a support system around you that's positive and encouraging, take equal or more time to go within, to listen to your own inner voice, your own heart about what is the right choice for you. Because if you defer to your friend's judgment, you're going to be deferring to your friend's future.
Mm-hmm. I see. I like the idea, though, of reminding oneself of the positive aspects of the mate.
Yeah.
If you think about, if you've been in a long-term relationship, especially a successful one, there are so many good things about that other person, and sometimes the day-to-day minutia of life just gets in the way of even noticing those things.
I know.
I got a card this morning to thank me for taking out the garbage.
Oh, wow. What a loving woman she is.
Really?
That's really, what? And it's those small things that make our life richer. It's not the diamond rings or the Jaguars, although those are nice. Really, a loving relationship is built upon the small niceties. Did he go out and scrape the ice off my windshield for me? Did he bring me coffee in bed? Those simple pleasures are, for most of us, much more meaningful than the big stuff.
Hear, 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 hear. Came across an interesting word yesterday. Yesterday celebrated affection. The word affection with a C, and it's for people who have long-term relationships, and they go beyond just affection because they share a connection. Hence the word affection.
I love that.
I thought you might.
I love that. What genius made that word up? That's fabulous.
And it's true. Although I guess, there are pitfalls that come with long-term relationships when you fail to appreciate the other person. Mm-hmm. And you can sometimes, as you said, just talk yourself into a morass with that. But you develop a connection. And if you think about how much you depend upon that other person day in and day out without even realizing it.
I know.
There's a lot to be said for that.
Yep, and here's a great day. instead of falling into the commercialism of it all. Take time to have a meeting with your mate. Let them know exactly what it is you appreciate about them, especially the small stuff and the big stuff, and acknowledge them, because we all want to be acknowledged for something we're doing right, as small as it may be. And that is going to allow you to eclipse some of the bad stuff. Oh, if he would just stop breathing. It's so easy to fall into that. And we want to move away from that and start focusing on what is working, why you chose this person, why you would choose them again.
Hear, hear. I think it's really good.
And take this time to set some goals for yourself as a couple, short-term and long-term.
I heard someone talking about that just the other day. Do you, not so much do you fulfill each other's dreams, but do you share a dream? Do you have some place you want to be in this life with that other person?
Exactly, because the word commitment comes from co-mission. Mission means what we're sent here to do. So if we all share the same mission, we're co-piloting that mission, then we're on the same page together. You're not expecting the other person to complete you or do something for you or validate you. You have a common goal. As a team, you're working toward it. That allows you to step into a place of creativity, resourcefulness, fun, and that is real intimacy.
You know, you're right. And when you're working together, for the same goal, you just feed one another.
Mm-hmm. This is what they do when two gangs of people are not getting along. It's called collaborative therapy. You find one project that they can come together to work on. So if they're two warring gangs, shall we say, which couples can be sometimes, when you find a neutral project to work on together, that's when you drop the weapons and you start bringing your own talents and skills into play and operating as a team.
That's real. Yeah, I never thought about it in terms of warring gangs, but you're right.
Yeah, that's exactly what they do when they're two opposing gangs. So find a way you can collaborate on a common goal. That allows you to step into a real place of passion. And again, if you're single, start thinking of something you'd like to do with a mate. So it's not about you and looking for someone to complete you.
Oh, yes.
You're attracting someone who's like-minded, who shares your values. That means you both get excited and get on the boat together.
I saw what you posted about questions you should ask yourself before making a commitment.
Exactly.
Those were really good, Nancy.
Well, thank you. That's what I do with young couples or even older couples who want to go to the next level in their commitment, whether it's marriage or cohabitation or whatever it is. Start focusing on what is our mission as a couple. What are we trying to create? And it doesn't have to be anything like we're going to redesign the universe. It could be something simple. We want to create a family. We want to buy a house together. We just want to have an intimate, open, loving relationship like neither of us has ever had before.
But there really are some posers in there that you have to think about. Gee, is this what I want? And has the other person committed to it? I think far too often we love that wonderful euphoric feeling of falling in love, but we don't stop and ask ourselves the serious questions that we should.
Exactly. And in the beginning, there's attraction, there's physical attraction, and there is that, as you said, euphoria. And sometimes that's a projection of our fantasies of what we want the other partner to be because they look like what we've always envisioned. So you want to take your time and see if what's on the inside matches what's on the outside as far as your real needs and wants being fulfilled, as opposed to just the fantasy.
Hear, hear.
You know, he may look like George Clooney, but what if he's Adolf Hitler? That takes time to assess.
And, of course, knowing yourself before you get into that is a big step as well.
Exactly. So if you're single, take the time not only to focus on what you want in a partner, but what kind of partner do you want that partner to want?
Good point.
So you can be the best you coming to the table of a relationship. Maybe you need to drop an addiction or get out of debt or whatever it is that you need to let go of so you can be a better partner for that person that you want to attract.
Excellent. Nancy, thank you so much.
Absolutely, Mike. A pleasure, and happy Valentine's Day to y'all.
And thank you so much. Same to you and yours. Bye now.
Thanks. Bye.